Hello YouTube. Been a while since I had an update here, but I got this thing in here to do my change out the break-in oil, and I had to install a remote oil filter on this system because there is hardly any room down here to get the oil filter out, the old oil filter out. Well, let me show you down here what I did. I bought originally I bought oh, that's the mess, and I'll explain that in a minute here. Here's my lines and heat little support bracket. Then I got down here the oil filter adapter. I had a different oil filter adapter initially installed on this, and I put that thing on there. It was a Transdapt, and I believe that it was bottoming out on the because it was a screw-on type. It kind of screwed on like an oil filter screws on. But anyway, to show you here, the only way to get this thing out, get the oil filter in and out, is right through here and disconnect the clutch linkage. And I mean, even that, it was still a pain in the buttski to get it in and out. So that's why I installed a remote oil filter here. And those are the lines, heat wrapped and well away from the exhaust. I mean, there's like a hand. I can get my hand in between there, plus the heat stuff will keep it from. But the remote oil filter also adds a little bit more oil to the system, which helps keep the oil a little bit cooler. And but that adapter right there is a much better adapter than the Transdapt. I think it was bottoming out on the old oil filter adapter before it ever seated against the block. Well, I should have had somebody out here watching underneath when I started this thing up, but I started it up, learn from my hard lesson here. I started the sucker up and it puked, I mean, not leaked out oil, it puked out about almost 3 quarts of oil all over the ground here. And I mean, I really need to get some more floor dry, but it was supposed to fit this thing, but it didn't. The only bad thing about this thing is it eliminates the factory oil filter adapter, and that has the bypass in it. So if you don't change your oil often enough or regularly like you're supposed to, it could plug up. And granted, there is a blow-off spring inside the oil filter, but that's pretty high, and it may or may not relieve and let the pressure relief and get by the oil filter. This is 100%. Of course, you have to make sure that you have your orientation. See, like how that line right there on the outside edge, that's the oil out, and then the one that's in the center is the oil return. So you have to make sure that when you're doing this stuff that you have oil out, and then to the inside of the not on the inside, but on the outside edge here again, but it's marked the in port on the filter, and then out from the remote filter goes to the in on the engine. So anyway, this is a much superior product, and I think it was like, I don't know, $68 plus tax and shipping or whatever. And it's a much superior product. It's better in every which way there is. It's a solid chunk of aluminum. It's not die cast. It's not, like the Transdapt. Transdapt's gonna have to do a little bit better on that. I'm really disappointed because I've used their product for years, and that's the first time I've been kind of really let down about the quality. Now, I have the Transdapt, remote filter housing up there, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. These are this is a Russell's hose and Fragola fittings that I have on here, and they're AN fittings. So, but they've worked out really nice. Got this thing all in there. I wanted to show you too here. I had a leak from I kept thinking I was leaking oil from the dipstick tube. Now, granted, this thing's all beat up and it's going to get replaced. And now I had it to drive it out. I had to get a screwdriver. Let me get a light where you can see it better. Now you can see right here. I hit it with the screwdriver. I was trying to drive it up and out of the block. I heated it up with the propane torch a couple times and it still didn't quite come loose. So I got underneath there. I got it loose a little bit, but I had to drive it out. And then, but that's not what was leaking. The actual part that was leaking was right, I don't know if you can see that little dent right there. Right there. The only reason I know that is because I could put just that part alone, I could blow through that and blow inside, so I know that's where the oil was coming out now. But I didn't see it coming out from the valve covers or the heads or anything else. Of course, I mean, the heads, there's, we got the head gasket. Oil doesn't pass through the heads on the small block Chevy anyway. But when I was trying to drive this thing in there, I was trying to use a wrench instead of the proper tool, and granted that kind of works sometimes, but unfortunately this time here it did not. It damaged it, but luckily I ordered a brand new exact replacement style dipstick tube, and I'm going to, and that's the marks for trying to yank that thing up and out of there. I was trying to twist it after I heated it because I put that sucker in there with Loctite. Man, it was in there tight. It was in there tight. Whew. Anyway, I got it out. I got a new one to go in. And I bought the installation tool, so I'm going to put that sucker in there and go. But yeah, I was really upset that I lost 3 quarts of oil. And I tell you what, just pour a quart of oil underneath the car, and you can see how big of a puddle it makes. I mean, it will go from practically one end of the car to another. Now, make that 3 quarts or more, and it's a huge freaking mess. Of course, expense. I mean, we're talking probably close to $40 worth of oil that I lost right there. So I should have had somebody watching. That's just all there is to it. It's my own fault. But especially, doing something like this. I mean, normally when you're changing oil and filter in a car, it's not that big a deal. As long as you install the filter right, everything's going to be right. But this is another kettle of fish. But just thought I'd bring you up to date. I've still got some other things to do. I'm going to put a lower temperature thermostat in it. Change the primary fuel spray nozzle on the carburetor to a bigger one. It seems like it's got a little bit of a hesitation sometimes. I think it's just right there on the verge of needing more fuel. I'm going to try a bigger nozzle. I've got one already. And I want to get I've got a new fuel sending unit to put in the fuel tank, so got that to do as well. Have a great day, folks.